Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Way of Life. I'm your host, Gus Holland. Before we begin this episode, I want to inform you that wayoflifepodcast.com is officially live. That's where you can find all social media links. You can listen to the podcast. You can also find merch. That's WHEY, like the protein. As always, leaving a rating and review and sharing with a friend is the best way to help the podcast, and I greatly appreciate it. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. Hey, everybody. I hope y'all are having a great Wednesday. I wanted to get on here and do a quick little episode about split workout schedules. I'm just going to cover probably the most basic 4 or 5 different exercise splits you might encounter, especially if you're new to the gym or just trying to get into having a healthier lifestyle. First of all, I'm going to talk about the full body split. What that means is that you're just targeting your entire body, and that can be done in 2 different ways. You can do isolation exercises that hit each body part and kind of do like 1 to 2 exercises per body part, meaning you could do a bicep curl, then a chest press, then some dumbbell flies, then a tricep extension, leg extension, hamstring curl, calf raises, shoulder press, T-bar rows, and then maybe like a lat pull down. That's just like a rough, just throwing something out there, but those are not all isolation exercises, but you get the point. The other way to do a full body split is to focus on exercises where each individual exercise targets your entire body or most of your body. That could be doing deadlifts, power cleans, maybe like some form of like combined calisthenics, like burpees or doing like a circuit of push up, crunch, jumping jack, like just cycling through it, trying to hit your whole body. Normally a full body split is, in my opinion, I mean, there's the thing about the fitness industry or whatever you want to call it, fitness culture, is that a lot of you can Google just about anything and find something supporting you. You can say milk is bad for you. Google that, and you're going to find articles about that are validating that opinion or whatever. Then you can Google milk is good for you and find the same thing. Same thing goes for different workout splits, different supplements, training philosophies, you name it. So purpose of this is just to kind of like give y'all some basics and promote fitness in general. So in my opinion, if for some reason you're only able to get to the gym, or maybe you're just starting out and you only feel comfortable exercising 2 to 3 times a week, then I would definitely say full body split is a solid choice. It's not the only way, but there's a whole deal, way of life. There's multiple ways. The other type of split is the upper lower split, basically where you're alternating days between a upper body workout and a lower body workout. That kind of explains itself right there. You can throw in rest days really at your convenience with this type of exercise, as long as you're alternating. You can train up to 4 to 6 days a week, and that fluctuation may or may not lend advantages to you. But you're basically repeating the process and just trying to ensure that you get the optimum amount of recovery. So yeah, so most people do like they'll do like if you work out like 4 days a week, you do upper, then rest, lower, then rest, and then upper again, and then rest, and then lower. That's 7 days right there. Um, yeah, so it's not really my cup of tea, but it does work for a lot of people. So I'm not gonna hate on it. Then we're gonna go to the third variation, which is a push pull legs split. Uh, Meaning you're gonna focus on push exercises, then pull exercises, then leg exercises. Those are all different days. So um pushing is just a chest press, pulling, uh, a lat pull down, tricep extension, stuff like that. Legs, obvious, squats, deadlifts, leg extensions, hamstring curls, calf raises, you name it. Um, there's pros and cons to both. I mean, to that type of split. And it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, if I do push pull legs, and for any reason you miss a workout, at least for me, it tends to like throw my whole system out of whack. So if you do push, rest, pull, rest, and then you're saving legs for last, and that's closer, we'll say that's closer to the weekend, and either you end up working late, you get sick, your plans pop up, whatever, then you're just skipping legs. So then you have the dilemma of like, do I start the next week off with legs and then it like screws up my stuff? It's up to you. Me personally, I like to hit, I either like to hit, I have three different methodologies really. And I guess I honestly should just explain all this at the end of the episode after I go over the splits. But if I either like to hit legs twice a week or hit a problem area of mine twice a week, that means if I'm lacking, like I have certain, just genetically, most people do. I have parts of my body that either grow slower or need more attention. So I like to hit those twice a week. Or the third thing, completely just blanked. I don't know, but basically, I do my splits differently accordingly. Like I alternate quite a bit. And that's just what works for me personally. If something is injured, depending on the injury, that was the third thing. If something is injured, depending on the injury, I can either hyper focus on that to rehab it, do rehab type exercises or stretching if necessary, whatever fixes that, or I can change it to avoid that. Like if that particular injury needs just rest, like no type of rehab or anything, like maybe it's a repetitive use injury such as like tendonitis, or something like that, then I'll leave that alone for however long it takes, week or two or 3, 4, however long it takes to get healthy, and change my split accordingly to avoid that. Now, then I would say one of the most popular things is the individual body part split. Now, some people refer to that as like a bro split. basically, because it's kind of just, it's very straightforward. Where you normally have like a 5 to 6 day workout program, and you normally train legs 2 of those days. Other than that, you're kind of just hitting your like arms one day, chest. Well, I'm combining the two. So there's a split. I mean, Jesus, sorry, individual body part split, which is what I was saying with the training legs 2 times a day with 5 to 6 days. Back up. Where you're training legs 1 to 2 times per week with a 5 to 6 day workout program. And then you're normally hitting like a back and bicep on one day, chest and tricep on another day, doing a legs, then a rest, and then you can do legs again, or you could change it up and do things that can take a lot of repetitions. You're doing like a bunch of crunches, a bunch of calf raises, stuff like that, stuff that recovers quick, such as your calves and abs. But that's the individual body part split. That's normally for people that are more focused on muscle growth over strength. I would say more like maximizing hypertrophy. Okay, then there's the bro split. The bro split, which I hate referring to it like this, but it's kind of become a thing. Bro split is a simpler version of the individual body part split. That's literally just going where you're like chest day, leg day, back day, shoulder day, arm day, or flipping that around however you want. But it's like a 5 day split, and it's super basic. It's just like just chest one day, just back, etc. There's variations of that actual split. Like I've told people before where I'm like, oh, I'm just doing like a hypertrophy split, the one that I previously mentioned, where I do like back biceps, chest triceps, legs, rest. Then me personally, I'd throw in something that's like a problem area for the next day, and then do legs again, and then cycle back over, and then throw in warm up cardio and stretching for recovery on the rest days and stuff like that. But I've had people call that a bro split. So there's no like actual definition of a bro split. And that's why I hate it, because it's kind of just like a throwaway term. But yeah, I would refer to it as a simplified version of an individual body part split. Like I said, there's pros and cons to all of these. If you're new to the whole thing, I would go with just full body exercises, or full body days. Try it all out, see what works best for you, and like 9 times out of 10, if you're in the fitness thing lifelong, you're gonna like it. Try all of them. Some of these are like upper lower body split is going to be better for you at certain times of your life, while a full body split is going to be better for you at a different part. Like try it out. Other than that, I do want to update y'all. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera going. I do want to update y'all. This shirt right here, if you're watching on TikTok or a clip on Instagram or anything. This is powerlifting for Porter. I'm not a powerlifter. I have trained powerlifting before. I have a lot of friends in the powerlifting scene. This is a shirt that raised money for a little boy named Porter who is going through some health issues. And I'm not sure if these shirts are still available, but I will try and find a link to where you can help support his family with some medical costs, or if you're interested in just checking that out. It's a sick shirt though. So other than that, the big news for me is, I don't think I've said it on here, but I am officially going to be competing in my second strongman event. So I'm still competing because it's only my second time, and my first time didn't go like 100% smoothly. I am still competing in the novice class. I'm signed up in the novice lightweight under 220 pounds. So I'm probably going to be coming in close to that, maybe like 215 or something like that. But I'm competing at, called the USA Fit Games in Dallas, and forgot the exact date on that. I think it has a June date, June 17th or something, if I remember correctly. I'm going to be competing in that and hopefully doing pretty well. I'm pretty excited. I like the the events of this particular competition a lot better. I'm excited to do the Hercules hold just because that's cool. And I'll put a link to that in the description below too, because there's still sign up is still going on for that. There's spots available. They're going to have a pro section, and more people, the better, in my opinion. Other than that, like I said at the beginning of this episode, Way of Life podcast is fully active. If you go check that out, I greatly appreciate that. If you see anything, like if you have any type of constructive criticism or you notice an error, please reach out and let me know in the probably through Instagram, through the podcast. If you want to check out the podcast Instagram, it's at Way of Life Podcast. And on the website, there is a shirt that's live, I guess, if you want to say that. Have a couple merch items, basically. Have the t-shirt and then 2 stickers. I only have that one design so far. I had paid somebody for another design, but they had an issue with delivering, so still working on more designs for more merch and everything. All merch proceeds are going to go to making this podcast better. And yeah, I appreciate all the support. You can rate and review the podcast, share it with a friend, and I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great day.